Hey guys, Ksenia Pros here. Welcome back to my channel.
In this video, I'll take you behind the scenes of one of the spring sessions I did this month.
Today we're in this beautiful park in the middle of Washington, D.C., full of blooming magnolias.
Spring is so beautiful in DC, and this is a perfect time to take some outdoor portraits. Washington, D.C. is very popular for its cherry blossoms around Tidal Basin area and has Cherry Blossom Festival hosted every year, so a lot of tourists actually come to experience spring in Washington, D.C. As much as I love cherry blossoms, magnolias look better in the pictures because of the color and the size of the flowers. They're a little bit bigger, so they create more texture in the pictures. I also love looking for locations that are less popular, and the beautiful thing about shooting with cherry blossoms or any blooming trees is that you can literally take beautiful shots in the parking lot. All you need is just a cluster of beautiful blooms in the background.
Now we're in the midst of coronavirus panic here in the DC and throughout the Maryland and Virginia area. That's why you don't see a lot of people on the streets. So I'm waiting for my model to arrive, and I'll show you how to shoot with beautiful magnolias and all different angles and shots that I try to do throughout the session. Okay, beautiful. Just there, if you run your hand through your hair just for the tips, yeah, like that. Gorgeous. I know you're a pageant girl, so we're gonna do this, but then I want to tone it down a little bit too, so it's a little bit more in the moment, maybe touching your hair a little bit. Yeah, right there. That's beautiful. Actually make it yeah, like that. Gorgeous. Right there. That's beautiful. So whenever you're ready, 3, 2, 1, go walking. Beautiful. Look away.
When I work with a new client, I usually start a session with very simple standing and walking poses just to get a feel of how they move in front of the camera.
And let's have you maybe like trying to control a little bit that way. Like all the way with your upper body, with your chest. Yeah, right there. And it's just like over the shoulder, nice and soft. You can do something like, okay, easy with your shoulders, because when you press it against your body, you know how it gets like bigger. So maybe like this instead. Yeah, this is gorgeous, beautiful. Stay right there. Beautiful, and just like looking away. Right there, love it.
Then we moved to setting shots on the tree. We tried to put a flower in her hair, but I think it was too big and it didn't look right. One trick that I like to use when shooting with cherry blossoms or magnolias in this case is to hold a flower in front of the lens to create a beautiful blurred foreground, and it can create a natural vignette for your shot.
Lean back, so I don't want you to be looking at me. It's almost just like you're in your own element, like facing that way. That's beautiful. Good. Perfect. And laughing, Kitsa. Touching your hair maybe one more time.
I also try to move around and get different angles and different crops of the same pose. When I feel like my client is ready for something a little bit more advanced, I would try to do some more fashion-y editorial poses with them. But don't be discouraged if something doesn't work out. For example, these poses didn't make the final cut, which is okay, because my goal is to try different poses, different compositions, to see what works for my client.
Spread your wings, maybe soften your elbows a bit. Feel like you're hugging the tree almost. Yeah, like that is beautiful. You stay right there. Beautiful.
Then we moved to a different spot in the park. I wanted to have the entire park with all the magnolias in the background. We got lucky with the weather that day. It was a little bit cold because it was raining in the morning, but at the same time it was overcast, which was very dreamy. And because of the rain, a lot of petals actually fell on the ground, so that added the dimension to the pictures.
Ready, go. And look away.
When I do walking or some sort of moving shots, sometimes it's a matter of luck and just a moment to happen to capture that perfect movement shot. So often I would repeat the same thing over and over again until we get the shot. For example, here we did the same walk over and over again 2-3 times just to get the beautiful angle and the beautiful capture.
Ready, go.
And again, not every single shot is going to be beautiful, and it is totally okay. Especially if you're just learning how to pose and how to capture the right angles, it may take you a few shots to get it right. One of my must-have shots with cherry blossoms or magnolias is a close-up shot with the beautiful flowers surrounding the face. So for that, I was looking for low-hanging branches that we can use to surround her face like a vignette around.
Dedication. You don't care about my makeup, right? Pull it like close here. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty.
In some cases, you can gently pull and hold the branch down to position it just in the right place. Or if you have an assistant or just a friend on set, you can ask them to hold the branch down for your model.
That's really pretty.
And I'm just like facing that way. Got it. Laughing.
Then I noticed another branch that would look even better in the shot. It was hanging lower, there was more flowers that we can play around with, and you can see the entire park in the background, which means it would create a beautiful pink bokeh in the background. I ended up shooting the entire session with only one lens, which is Sigma 50mm 1.4 art for Canon, and I used it on my Sony a7R III with a Sigma adapter.
Oh, that's cute.
Ooh, yes. And now just no teeth, just like soft kind of face. Yes. Perfect. Eyes on me.
These pictures ended up being my favorite from this session.
Love it. And just looking away that way. Beautiful. Beautiful.
The feature that I love on my Sony camera is that you can switch from full frame mode to crop sensor mode, and that allows me to transform my 50mm closer to like 85mm 1.4. But the main reason why I switched from Canon 5D Mark IV to Sony a7R III is a very precise eye-tracking autofocus. It's very helpful when you have to work in a high-paced environment or when you do those walking, running, moving shots. For example, with my Canon, I would get about 25% autofocus shots, when with Sony it could be maybe 1 or 2 shots autofocus from the entire session.
Okay, relax. I think we're good. If you like my videos, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Instagram at Ksenia Pro Photo. See you in the next one.